conform, they
Right.
said, well, hey, it fits the narrative. This is American culture. And we start to see that that's not part of our culture. Once we start to see Kwanzaa and all that stuff, and we said we ain't doing Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, what did America do? America kind of got mad at that shit. Oh, y'all gonna celebrate Kwanzaa? Y'all ain't no African.
Right. You know what? Perhaps so. Hold on, real quick. Oh, let me hit this damn record.
And it don't pay for you to be an Aries and me an Aries too.
Well, listen, I feel like when I became aware of the history of Christmas, or just got a little knowledge of Christmas other than what it was told to me growing up and what it represent, just the total ideal of my childhood in relation to Christmas was just gift. You know, then they say, you know, it's the birth of Jesus Christ. And this was Jesus was born.
Right.
And that's the true meaning of Christmas. But
the North Star and the Virgin Mary.
Jesus, but Jesus didn't get hardly to no recognition compared to Santa Claus.
Damn right.
Rudolph
Santa
the
Claus,
Red-Nosed.
the biggest factor inside of Christmas, especially for us. And you know what me and you were talking about before was, I don't think that we celebrate the holidays of America the same way as America celebrates them. Our holidays, the way we celebrate them is, like, for instance, we look at Christmas. Christmas will be the time that Jesus was born and the world was saved and all that stuff. But we never look at it like that. We look at it as, this is time for gifts, giving, appreciation, Santa Claus, the lights, the smell of the new year. And it has really pretty much nothing to do with the Christianity religion, at least in the hip hop culture.
Well, what do you feel like let's put it like this here. When you become aware of the truth of something, but everybody or most people enjoy and love the feeling and partaking in something that is in nature false, but in essence, there's a spirit of giving that makes people happy, or just, I guess, like I said, what makes people happy. Do you take away their happiness by telling them the truth?
I don't think we take away their happiness, but at the same time, I think that we don't take away our kids' happiness that tend to celebrate what's going on at the time. Like I said, we can go back to, we've been stripped of our religion, our nature, our culture as Black people when we came to America. And we were taught to conform, that this is what Christmas is about. And we never took it because somewhere in there, I think that we still remembered that wasn't Christmas to us, or that wasn't that kind of celebration to us.
Yeah, but I'm saying white people celebrate it just like how Black people celebrate it. So how do you distinguish between the two? Because what's affecting them is pretty much almost affecting Black people too.
Well, with the knowledge that we have now, which is different from 400 years ago, is that we're able to study, we're able to read, and we're able to find out the difference between what their Christmas and Christianity was compared to our likeness to religion. And I say that because at one time we weren't supposed to be able to read. We were supposed to be able to give. The only thing that was given to us is what the slave master gave to us. And what the slave master gave to us is Santa Claus, lights, and presents, and all that other stuff, without the fact of them giving us the religious significance in what this holiday meant.
But the slave masters pretty much gave their neighbors the same doctrine of Christmas, just as well he gave it to the slaves that's on the plantation.
No.
All I'm saying is that the theme of what Christmas represent is being conveyed to two different demographics of people that we're talking about, and the medicine is given in the same doses.
No, not the
It's
same
just how
doses.
ones react towards the doses compared to the other. You don't think so?
I don't think so because
So
of
you
this.
telling me? Let me ask you this. So you really saying that children are waking up at night? I mean, going to sleep, hoping that Santa come down their chimney and give gifts is being told different from somebody of another race of receiving that same message.
I don't think at the beginning we were given that Christ was born on this day. I think that we were given that it was a time of gifts and it was a time of family and it was a time of celebration when it first started off. Because what they didn't want to give us is everything that they had themselves. And what they had themselves is in their religion is this was the day that Christ was born. And it was the day of reckoning.
But you don't think they were telling that to black people too?
I don't think so. And the reason why I don't think so is because I don't think that we would have such a celebration for Santa Claus as we do.
Let me ask you this then. When do you think there was ever a time told to black people that Christmas represent the time that Christ was born?
I think it was later on, and it was probably in the time when they saw that they couldn't stop us from learning. When we started asking questions and we started to say that y'all pushing this Santa Claus on us, but what about Christ? Wasn't Christ born according to y'all Bible? To where they had to answer the question. And I'll give you the example. We teach our kids right now about Santa Claus, right, in Christmas. It's going to be a time in our kids' life when they say, I've read that Santa Claus wasn't real and Christmas isn't about Santa Claus. It's about Christ being born. After all that we've taught them about Santa Claus and gifts and celebration, and they finally come up to having the knowledge to say, this is not what Christmas is about. We have to retell the story.
But is that also applies to white children as well when they come up to age to realize? Because there's no kid you can ask pretty much in these times now and ask him, is Santa Claus a factor or not? Is Santa Claus real? And they're gonna be the first one to say yes, they believe in Santa Claus. Even when you go to the mall, you see kids waiting to get in line and sit down on Santa Claus' lap and ask what they gonna want for Christmas.
But most of them, once they start to come to recognizing that Santa Claus ain't real, they still keep it. It's part of paganism.
Well, listen,
The whole
everything,
thing is about paganism.
Pretty much all holidays.
But the only difference is that people in America are okay with paganism. Just like we're starting to see with the Republican Party that people are okay with communism, as long as it fits your narrative. And so what they did is they gave us a narrative. And once we start to conform, they said, well, hey, it fits the narrative. This is American culture. And we start to see that that's not part of our culture. Once we start to see Kwanzaa and all that stuff, and we said we ain't doing Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, what did America do? America kind of got mad at that shit. Oh, y'all gonna celebrate Kwanzaa? Y'all ain't no African.
See, all I'm saying is, even with that, because Kwanzaa is not a African tradition in the first place. Their principles are, but Kwanzaa was created in the United States in the early 60s.
So tell me, since you know all this, what is the African version of Christmas?
There is no African version of Christmas.
How do you know that?
How do you know it's not? You're gonna just disrespect Kwanzaa like that?
I'm a god if you didn't know about it.